Hello, Carl here with today's Sustainability Theory News. We're starting at the Prairie Homestead with a simple DIY seed starting system. Now, it is very simple. This is this guy's old system. He was worried about it falling down and hitting him when he's going up the stairs. And this is his new system. Just some shelves, some trays, some expanded peat pellets, and some shop lights, some fluorescent shop lights. Now, once your seeds get their true leaves coming in, some fan leaves or whatnot, you're going to make sure these lights are no more than 4 to 6 inches away so they don't stretch the stems abnormally and creating a weaker stem upon transplant. And this is nice. He puts notches in here so he could raise and lower the lights off using the wire shelf above it as a holder. Next story over at City Farmer News. Urban farming fad or future proof? Well, it is not a fad. It is what's going to help feed growing populations in cities around the world without using all sorts of fuel and fertilizer and, to ship it in and produce it. Over at Mother Earth News is a good story on how to use a chainsaw mill to lumber or to, buck and mill your own lumber. He goes through the whole process of how to cut down the trees, separating them, bucking them, and then this is the chainsaw mill. It's much cheaper than an actual trailer portable chainsaw mill or even a portable sawmill, but it can get the job done on some pretty large, medium-sized logs. And then he just trims them down with a circular saw or a table saw. And of course, you got to let your lumber dry. Over at City Farmer News again, Victoria, BC, urban farmers plan to get 100,000 pounds of production in the city. That is possible in acres, about 43,000 square feet. So you need about 2.5 pounds per square foot to get 100,000 pounds an acre. And you grow melons or potatoes or squash like pumpkins. You could get it. Yellow boon for Congolese women. This talks about yellow cassava, and they started growing it and processing it to produce flour, dough, and traditional foods like fufu and chihuahua and chips. And value added crops can help people in the developing world and the developed world build a business around their farm and land. Over at Beef Magazine talks about the importance of getting young people interested in agricultural jobs. We're going to have a lot of farmers retiring. Between 500 and 700,000 people will need to be in farming jobs just to replace the people retiring. They say only 9% of millennials are interested in a job. Well, that's a lot of people. That's millions of people. If we can get just a quarter of those people into agriculture, that would be great. Over at Science Daily, story about dissimilar force are vital for delivery of ecosystem services. Whew, I love these academic titles, right? Very yawn-inducing. But anyway, it just goes to show you that symbiotic agriculture, having multiple species of plants and animals working together, also, polyculture versus monoculture, is the most productive system available today. Over at the Walden Effect, 3 quick tips to supersize your tomatoes. Provide constant moisture. He talks about a slow irrigation method. Just drill a hole at the bottom of a bucket and just let it drain out every week or two. You don't want it to get too moist though, because then the roots will rot. Number 2, provide constant fertility. Basically, provide some fertilizer throughout. Of course, organic fertilizers are slow release, but you should side dress with some compost. Use a compost tea every couple of weeks. Something to provide fresh nutrition. And tip 3, give them a lot of room to grow, either wide or tall through trellises or ropes. Over at Organic Consumers Association, Dr. Mercola's site, Regenerative Agriculture Solution, it links to a TED Talk about regenerative agriculture. And regardless if you believe in man-made climate change or not, the climate's been changing for 1,000,000+ years. We need to look at solutions to adapt and stop playing the blame game. And last story over at Science Daily, certain plant extracts may keep you young and alive. The one they mention here specifically is willow bark. But this study is just on yeast, and they are doing human trials and indeed cancer trials next with these 6 plant extracts that they found. Well, that's it for today. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below and subscribe for more daily news on sustainable farming and food. Have a great day.